It's wild how much global climate change is costing us literally trillions of dollars every year. And organizations, especially in places like Nigeria, are feeling the heat with higher electricity bills and even damaged equipment.
It's not just about big numbers either. When workplaces face those kinds of challenges, it can disrupt everything from daily operations to long-term business plans. That's a huge reason why so many organizations are diving into green practices and environmental management systems.
Totally. But here's the thing, just having those environmental systems in place isn't enough. The real difference comes down to what people actually do at work. If employees aren't practicing green behaviors themselves, a fancy policy doesn't go very far.
That's what really stood out to me in the research. This idea that employees make or break those green goals. It's not just about recycling paper or turning off lights. It's about a mindset where people look for ways to reduce the company's environmental impact every day.
Thinking about that mindset, what struck me is how much leadership shapes it. Transformational leaders, especially those who focus on environmental goals, can actually motivate people to care more about green actions.
Absolutely, because when a leader is genuinely passionate about sustainability, it tends to ripple out to the whole team. They become role models, showing what green behavior looks like in practice, not just in theory.
And it's not just about setting big goals either. It's also about those day-to-day conversations leaders sharing why sustainability matters, encouraging new green ideas, or even challenging wasteful habits in a way that feels inspiring instead of accusatory.
Exactly. And that encouragement can kickstart all sorts of changes, from coming up with eco-friendly processes to questioning old routines. So, when you see leaders actually walking the talk, it makes employees much more likely to follow suit and even go beyond what's expected.
Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. The study found that it's not just the leadership itself, but something in between environmental concern that really connects the dots between leadership and green behavior.
What surprised me most is how powerful environmental concern actually is. If people genuinely care about environmental problems and want to help solve them, they're way more likely to act green at work, whether that's recycling, saving energy, or suggesting new eco-friendly ideas.
And the theory of planned behavior backs that up. It says that people's attitudes, like their concern for the environment, are the closest predictors of what they actually do. So, if a leader can boost that concern, employees' actions will usually follow.
That actually reminds me of something from one of the interviews in the study. A participant said their boss's enthusiasm for green projects made them want to learn more about climate issues. It's like that personal concern bridges the gap between what leaders say and what employees do.
So, pulling this all together, the big takeaway is that environmentally focused leaders can spark genuine concern about the environment in their teams. That concern, in turn, leads to more green behavior at work. It's like a chain reaction.
It really is a domino effect. One inspired leader can influence dozens of employees, who then start making greener choices themselves, and sometimes even drive changes in the whole organization's culture.
And if you're a leader, even small steps like talking about your own green habits or asking for ideas on sustainability can help build that concern. Over time, those conversations can shift attitudes and, eventually, behaviors.
Exactly. It's encouraging to know that the path to a greener workplace isn't just about grand strategies sometimes. It starts with authentic leadership and a real sense of environmental concern. That's something any organization can work on, starting today.